Hey, sports fans, it's Larry Eater. This is the Epilogue for Athletics Chat 15. It's August 24th, 2020, about 2 p.m. local time in San Jose, California, the heart of Silicon Valley. Every Monday, most Mondays, for the last 15 weeks, Stuart Weir and I have been chatting. At first, I was based in Madison, now in San Jose. Stuart's always been in Oxford, England, the intellectual capital of the world. And for 40 minutes every Monday, we try to solve the problems of our sport. And sometimes we're more successful than others. And other times we just jest. But it's not a Gilbert and Sullivan play, so you don't have to pull out your book and your footnotes. It's about track and field. It's about athletics, global athletics. Our topics today were the Stockholm Bauhaus Galen meet, the London Marathon with 19.2 laps, and the Russian Affair, a new book that reads like a spy thriller. So, where shall we begin? I think the Stockholm Diamond League meet, also known as Bauhaus Galen. The Bauhaus is a store that has many of the things you use to fix houses in lovely Sweden. It's kind of like, for Wisconsin, it's Menards. For St. Louis, it's Central Hardware. For the rest of the country, it's something. Most of them have closed. Ace Hardware, okay, let's say. Anyway, the boys at Bauhaus, the men and women at Bauhaus have been sponsoring the meet since about 2014, I believe. And they've stuck with the meet through thick and thin, which is impressive. They must really love athletics. And when I go to Stockholm again, I'm going to go into one of their stores and I'm going to buy a lot of things just to show them how much I appreciate their event. So the Stockholm meet has been moved around the last few years. It's been in a leadership challenge as well as financially challenged. For a long time, for 3 decades, it had the same meet director, and he was ousted in 13 or 14 through no fault of his own. And I chastise a lot of people for it. But got to say that the meet's important. I'm glad Bauhaus is there, and the meet management really did it this year. And they did a good job. They featured athletes like Karsten Warholm, Mondo Duplantis, the Ingebrigtsens, the Daniel Stahl, Simone Pettersson, a huge group of women high jumpers from Sweden, Angelika Stone took second in gold. So it was the combination of great local talent, great country talent, and global talent. Athletes the like of Karsten Warholm, Donovan Brazier, Sam Kendricks, Laura Muir, Gemma Reiki, Helen O'Beary, Holly Bradshaw, Adam Jamili. So some really talented athletes. And in the chilly conditions, a bit windy too. The old 1912 stadium is a fantastic stadium. It hasn't really been changed much in the 108 years that it's been around. If you go underneath the stands by the start, you can find the waiting room where the likes of Paavo Nurmi, Ville Ratola, one of my favorites, and Jim Thorpe waited for their Olympic showdowns and also their athletic showdowns. And the meet, what most people don't know is the weekend after the Bauhaus Galen, there's a huge youth meeting. I'm not sure if it happened this year with all the craziness with COVID and the pandemic and how it's affected Sweden. But Karsten Warholm, 46.87, the 400 hurdles, 45.05, and the flat 400. What a double! An hour and 33 minutes apart, and pretty impressive. And so let's tip the hat to him. Laura Muir, 357 world leader, 357.86. Gemma Reiki, nice win over Raven Rogers. Donovan Brazier, 10 for 10 now, 10 races, 10 wins. 3 wins in the last week, 800 in Monaco, 143.15. A 115 600 meters last desperate dash at the line for the Gulai. And finally at the Stockholm meet, 143.76, third win. I think his season is now over. And our friend Noah Lyles, I believe his season is over too. The 1500 men, Timothy Chariot, unbeatable. Looks like Herb Elliott. Jakob Ingebrigtsen is getting stronger and stronger. So is Henrik. And Matthew is McSuen, the Australian, ran quite well for third. On the women's side, Laura Muir, Laura Whiteman, and Melissa Courtney Bryant, 1, 2, 3. Brits did quite well. Few Americans. It's just hard to get to Europe right now, so it's rather difficult. But here's the stuff. Jeff Shaver, one of my big buddies, and he's my silent viewer and sends a few comments, said that it was a bit of a letdown for Stockholm to be the week after Monaco. Stockholm's never going to be Monaco, but Stockholm can be Stockholm, and Stockholm did a fantastic job. They had some great events. They reminded us that in this silly world, when a pandemic challenges us all, when people fight over wearing mask or not wearing mask and whether something is real or not, when people believe that lizard people have invaded their governments, it's really nice to know that you can turn on a TV and in Polish, Spanish, and English, and Russian, I watched it all last night, you can see people run, jump, and throw. Now, on the jumping part, the long jump, I applaud World Athletics for trying a new approach. I think it was ill-conceived. And as one of my iconic viewers said, just plain stupid. It's like Usain Bolt running the fastest time in the 100 and not winning it. I don't get it. It makes little sense. And track and field confuses the hell out of most sports fans. You don't want to mess them up even more, okay? The altitude stuff, no one's even gotten over that. They don't understand it. And there's so many esoteric things, running in your slippers, running with backwards, running with 2 spikes, running with 4, running with 19, running with 74, running with, a baseball bat in your hand. I just simplify it. Run, jump, throw. Keep it simple. That's what people like about athletics. They like the raw power. They like how happy the athletes are after they win. They like how much they're giving to it, and they can't hide it. This is not professional wrestling. This is athletics. Celebrate athletics, which is what Stockholm did. Love the pictures of Daniel Stahl. He's a character. He could be on my beer drinking team anytime. He went 69, I think 69.17 yesterday. Simon Peterson got a PB, 67.72. And Daniel Stahl picked up Simon Peterson and carried him around for a while, which was pretty funny. But, they're Swedes, and they have a lot of fun, and that's what they're supposed to do, especially at your home meet. Look, I was there one year when they had Dolph Lundgren there, and they introduced him, and the crowd went crazy. They also had hockey players from the U.S. there, too, who played but lived in Sweden, so it's kind of cool. But it was a great meet. Stockholm, DL, Bauhaus, Galen, whatever you call it. It's part of the Diamond League. It kept the sport alive in 2020, and we thank you for that. Karsten Warholm, my God, at 46.87 just looked phenomenal. Guy's going to get the world record. It's got his name on it. I'm going to start, writing it in. And it'll come. It'll happen. But our sports with great drama, it's like watching, Allegro non troppo. Check it out. It's a Like it's like an Italian opera while you're doing acid, but it's kind of fun. So the Stockholm meet was fantastic. London Marathon's coming up, 19.2 laps around King James Park. Just go run a bunch of laps around a park and see how exciting that is. And this was not even going to have any fans out there, but I cannot believe people aren't going to be out there. Just makes no sense to me. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to get over there, but I'm not sure they're going to let the bearded one into the country. But I'll let you know. I'll keep you up to date. And then The Russian Affair. Stuart Wire is reading The Russian Affair. He said the book is fantastic. We've got a 2-part review up on RunBlogRun, or as Mark Wetmore, the agent, not the coach, calls it, RunDogRun. I tried to buy RunDogRun, but it was going to cost $3,500. So I'm keeping RunBlogRun, which we've had since 2007. Thanks to my brother Brian, who convinced me. It took him a year to talk me into blogging. After about a year, I figured out more people were reading that than reading most of my publishers' columns in magazines. So I started using it as a way to reach out to advertisers, reach out to the community. And now we do 6 to 12 stories a day. And it takes up 10 or 12 hours of my day. But I love hearing what you guys have to say. So email me at runblogrun@gmail.com. Send me a Facebook video. Send me a picture of you with your mask on, okay? Ask me a question, which is sign, ask, run, blog, run. It's not a big deal. If it's about track and field, if it's about Russian history, it's about German history, if it's about fishing, but mostly athletics, okay? I don't want to get out of my field of expertise. So I'm going to drink the rest of my iced Americano. I'm going to put some more ice in it, some water. I've got to drive through a little bit of smoke-filled San Jose, California today. Stay safe. Stay isolated. If you're going inside, wear a mask. Science tells you that it works. Yes, you have the freedom to be stupid. You also have the freedom to be sick and get other people sick. But be patriotic to the world. Take a mask inside. When you can't be 6 feet apart outside and people are jabbering away, wear a mask. Stay safe. Laugh and love another day. This is Larry Eder with Run Blog Run. This is Athletics Chat 15 Epilogue. And it's August 24th. It's 2:08 p.m. Pacific time. Have a great week. Remember to run, jump, and throw. And celebrate the people that do. Larry Eder signing off.